is my 2023 Chevy Corvette Z06. And this is my 2017 Volkswagen Tiguan. So as I sit in this $150,000 car with the engine roaring, the red interior, I feel like I'm in the cockpit of a jet. I mean, this thing has more buttons and more features, and this thing can go faster than almost any other car on the road. Does it boost my ego a little bit? Probably so. But let me tell you about my Volkswagen. Now, me and this car go very, very far back. If you guys have been watching the channel, you would know when I was a field sales rep, this is the car that went everywhere with me. I have so many amazing memories, and this car has really no like cool special features. It has Apple CarPlay, which is cool. Has a backup camera, which was nice. I think this is my first car with a backup camera. But no one is looking at me in this car and thinking like, wow, that guy made it. Although I will say, if you have a Volkswagen Tiguan, you know this car is pretty great. I've had no problems with it. Look at that panoramic sunroof up there. But ultimately, after this was out of Megan's lease, we were able to buy this car for 15 grand, unlike that Corvette that cost 150 grand. So a lot of you that have been watching my channel for a while know there's probably more to the story when it comes to that car. And there is, so we will talk about that in a future video and why I decided to buy it. But the feedback has been very interesting for me to see, because the video that I released where I showed you the car was my best performing video in a long time, had a lot of support and a lot of congratulations, and a lot of the comments were saying super nice things, and the feedback on Instagram has been pretty similar. And I just I don't know, I thought it was an interesting social experiment, because surely no one said anything to me when I had a Volkswagen, and the only thing different about me is that I'm $150,000 poorer than I was before I bought that car. So in this video, I want to discuss a very interesting topic with y'all. Why do we spend so much money on cars? Typically, a disproportionate amount of our income goes to an auto loan, which I always thought was interesting, and it's something that I've thought a lot about. And in fact, I was watching a podcast a few weeks ago, and they had this clip that I'll show you right here.
What trends have you noticed amongst people that are struggling financially? Like what are they doing with their money? Why is it not going in their favor?
Everyone's good with getting a 5, 6, 7 year car loan at 25% and thinks that that doesn't mean anything. So that's crazy. I mean, what? The average new car payment, what was it? I think it's recently come out to like $800 a month.
Yeah.
It's insane.
And I agree. I think the number one financial mistake that most people make is they just buy a car that's too expensive, and it forces them into debt or forces them to cut back on experiences or other areas of life that are probably more important. And I started to think about why that is. And the only thing I can really come up with is kind of the response that I got, where it's the social validation, or people put you in a certain status, or they associate you with something. And I think because your car is just so visible to so many other people, that they're trying to, I guess, create an image of a certain way of life or a certain economic status, even when it's not true, even when almost everybody is doing that exact same thing. So now that I have the car, I wanted to share my experience with you to maybe prevent some of you from making a poor financial decision, or maybe just give you a different perspective. Now, of course, when I drive the Corvette, it's really cool. Everyone's head turns. They want to know what it is. It's loud, it's fast, it looks like something that's straight out of a movie. It's an amazing car. I've got nothing bad to say about the car inherently, but from the feedback I've gotten, it's almost like I'm viewed a little differently now, that it's a symbol of success by some people. And so I kind of get it. I mean, I guess that when people go out and buy something like a Range Rover or a G-Wagon or whatever, they're like, you know what? Everyone is going to view me this way. But in reality, absolutely nothing has changed. I'm no more successful. I'm no more happy, for sure. It doesn't like wake me up in the morning. I don't think about it. It's just something that sits in the garage, and when I get to drive it, it's cool, but it's not a life-changing experience by any means. And I think that excitement wears off pretty quick. And there's a big cost to that, right? Not only the initial cost, but the opportunity cost of what else that money can be doing as opposed to buying an expensive car, whether that be paying off other debts or investing it to help it grow over time. And I just think that there's a lot of things that certain people don't think about. Now, if you have FU money and this doesn't impact any other decision that you make in your life, then, well, you're probably not watching this video, but it's not for you, right? Most of us have decisions to make financially. And the one thing I wanted to mention is there's no upside to the illusion of you having wealth. There's nothing good that can come out of people thinking you have money. Like the people that I know that have a lot of money, everyone's coming to them for favors or handouts, or people expecting them to do certain things because they are perceived to have a certain level of wealth, which is why I'm fortunate. I'm very poor. I have a 1-year-old that eats me out of a house at home. I have zero money, so no one asks me for anything. But there's not a whole lot of upside to people viewing you in that manner unless you're trying to sell an online entrepreneurial course to make 7 figures a year. But most of you guys are smart enough not to buy that crap. Now, of course, all things being equal, I think everyone would choose this car over that one. But, you know, there's a lot to consider there. Now, one of the downsides of getting the car is that my garage got a little bit more cluttered, so I apologize for the mess behind me. But I do think that so many people try so hard to paint this picture of success that they let it get in the way of actually going and finding success, whatever success might mean to them, financial, giving back to the world, whatever it is. So it's more of a distraction than anything else. And as fun as the car might be, it doesn't even come close to the feeling I get than when my puppy dog is at the door waiting for me. Hey, buddy. Come here. Come here.
Driving a sports car is fun, but have you ever walked a 40-pound purebred Wheaten Terrier puppy dog?
Yeah, it's time to eat, buddy. My plate versus Megan's plate. Pretty standard in this household. And while we're on the topic of personal finance, I find it very hard to justify going out to eat anymore. The quality of the food has really gone down. The prices have gone up considerably. I mean, I know inflation is crazy, but goodness gracious, going out to eat is nuts. And with all the food that we just had, that grass-fed steak, organic Brussels sprouts, and potatoes to feed Griffin, Megan, and I was $30. Now, granted, you have to cook it and clean up, which is fun, but I just would rather do that. I know what I'm eating. It's gonna be better for me, and I save so much money. I just think it's all around better experience. Now, in the spirit of saving money, I'm happy to tell you that PE Science's biggest sale of the year is still live for Black Friday. I've been with PE Science for like 7 or 8 years now. I've been taking their supplements every single day. And the type of supplements I've been taking has definitely changed. I no longer take pre-workout. I just don't think it's the best thing for my body. There's a few others that I no longer take, but these are the supplements I swear by. And every one that I have gotten on this particular concoction over here has absolutely loved it. If I could recommend one thing, start your morning with the reds and blues, the greens, mix in some Versalite electrolytes, mixed berries, the best flavor, and then some creatine. Every single day, it gives me natural energy, and that way I don't have to drink any caffeine for the first few hours of being awake. It makes me feel so good, and I've gotten that same feedback from everyone else. So please try this out. You use code TRAVIS, you will save 30%. It's the biggest sale of the entire year, so stock up. I swear by this. Of course, always got to stock up on some protein. My favorite flavor is the chocolate truffle. I think you guys will really love this. I also love cake pop, chocolate peanut butter. There's some really great flavors. You already know PE Science has the best tasting protein, but use code Travis, save yourself a little bit of money, feel great. Sorry, one more thing I wanted to mention. I just ran out, but they have an amazing magnesium product. Most of us are deficient in magnesium. This is an incredible source. I would recommend every single person take this every single day. You can kind of tell the supplements I've been taking lately are more for well-being as opposed to trying to grow my biceps. I've kind of given up on that. Now, if you really need something to flex on all your haters with, get a sauna. Quite expensive, but these have been proven to increase your longevity, quality of life. I love it. It's the best thing I've ever purchased. I use it every single day. Couldn't go back without it. apologize for the super random ending to this video. I didn't get around to recording all of the other clips I wanted to with the family and other things going on this weekend, so I do apologize, but rather than dragging this on, I thought it'd be a good time to just stop the video and leave it up to you guys to see if you want any other financial related videos. I think because of the times that we're in, we can all learn from one another, especially because it seems so expensive just to exist right now. And I think it's an interesting topic. It's something that I consume on a daily basis, so maybe it would be a good dialogue for all of us here. So let me know in the comments down below, but I at least wanted to share my little experience with all of you, and if nothing else, just document this beautiful car until I get rid of it. That's a cliffhanger. All right, talk to you guys next time.